Ma'am, please just start the meeting now.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning, good night, good evening, from wherever you are. My name is Ambassador Grace Uche Emetarom. I'm from Nigeria. I'm an African, typical African. Today is the day that Africans were asked to present, to speak, share knowledge amongst ourselves and with our colleagues in other continents in IDYM. We appreciate this opportunity and we are so proud of IDYM. We are really, really grateful for this opportunity given to us to share what we have learned also from IDYM. Today, we make several presentations. We have 7 people speaking, and we have a moderator amongst our midst, which is a tradition in IDYM that has also through this brought up a lot of people to share talent and learn. We are very grateful to IDYM. We are very grateful to Ravi Kumar, who is the brain behind this. We're also very grateful to our CEO, Deno, who has behind the scene been doing great wonders. As Africans, on behalf of Africans, I want to welcome all of you to this harvest of knowledge and skills. Let me use the opportunity, therefore, to introduce our moderator. She is no other than a well-known person on the platform. She is Ambassador Dr. Patricia Gonde. Patricia is a seasoned academic. She's a scholar, highly professional in nature, as you can all see today, the way she has organized everything. Patricia is the head of academic Esola, head of academics in Esola Lusitania in Portuguese. She's an author. She is a global educator. She's a global coordinator and a global awardee. She has it from all over the place. We are very happy and privileged and proud to have her moderate this session. Let's thank Patricia for agreeing to do this for us on her own will. We appreciate your time, Patricia. Please take over and run our show. Thank you on behalf of IDYM. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Uche, for the introduction. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to our organizers, IDYM group of companies, and all erudite and esteemed speakers on this platform today, to you all viewers across the globe. Let me extend my gratitude and appreciation to Mr. Ravi and IDYM group of companies to give me this opportunity to moderate in one of their greatest sessions, or one of the Seed Talk sessions. So without further ado, on behalf of IDYM, I welcome our speaker number 1, Dr. Iman Alam from Egypt, to the virtual platform. Dr. Iman is a dedicated lecturer and highly skilled researcher and trainer. She has trained in various science-related subjects at undergraduate, postgraduate, doctoral, and postdoctoral levels. She is in academia as well with MSc, PhD in plant physiology, and so many degrees. Additionally, also, Dr. Alam has submitted 16 patents, and she has 45 books in the area of medicinal plants. Currently, she's working on several extracts which have proved significant effects and promising results in the treatment of colon and prostate cancer. and as an antioxidant. Dr. Idym has reviewed many international scientific books and scientific original articles, more than 250, and she's the president of hundreds of international scientific meetings, and she has participated as a keynote speaker, resource person, organizer, moderator, chairperson of more than 1,500 international scientific meetings. We are talking of someone who is great and well organized. Over to you, Dr. Idym. The floor is yours to share your thoughts. Let's give you a round of applause.
Thank you, sister. Thank you very much. Thank you. This is because you are great. Thank you very much. First of all, I need to say thank you for Dr. Ravi for connecting Africa via IDM. Thank you from Asia to Africa, because we are in love with Asia. So it's the same house. Thank you very much for Dr. Ushi for inviting me. Thanks also for our great moderator for this introduction. I need to say Africa is not the least. Africa is not the last. Africa is great because most scientists all over the world came from Africa. So we are not zero. We are not nothing. We achieved many things, but we need facilities. We need encouragement. We need some improvement to our students, because the students are the future. So Africa is no zero. Africa is not zero. Africa is big. Africa contains many mineral wealth. Many important things are located in Africa. Africa has many countries. We are not developing. If our energy equals the future, so we can be one day develop the countries. So we are not zero. We need encouragement. Thanks for Dr. Ushi for start and go ahead, please, because we are behind a story. About 2 years ago, I traveled to Nigeria. I am Egyptian, as you know. I traveled to Nigeria for the second time. Already I visited Nigeria in a conference, but I visited Nigeria in a fellowship to eradicate tropical diseases. However, I have got malaria and typhoid, but I met many scientists. I met in Nigeria many scientists. Most of them are studied in USA, in UK, and they have great scientific background. So in Africa, you can find many great scientists. That I am right, because now we are around our Prof. Dr. Ushi. So this will indicate that I am talking right speech. Regarding students, we need to improve, because the students are the future. I try to establish many training programs and many workshops to improve students and to simplify science. You need to do the same. You need to do more, because the students are in a real need to be improved, to be encouraged. We need to use modern strategies in educating students. Already I worked on myself because of my students. I learned many different things because I wanted to improve myself to be good teacher for my students. I studied psychology because of them, to be good educator. I am now in the second level of psychology because of students, to be good learner. Learning students is a great message, so we must appreciate. Please, we need to appreciate any difference in color, in religion. We need to accept others. We need to appreciate others. Africa contains different colors of faces. In Egypt, we have different colors. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We can't differentiate people based on the skin color. No, it doesn't matter. We need to look to minds. Africa has very, very brilliant mind. Many brilliant minds. And many great scientists. We need to highlight them. We need to use them to create second row in all specialization of science. I try to establish many training programs, many workshops in the area of simplification of science, because the students are the future. So to be the difference, you need to create a change. You need to be different. To create any difference, you need yourself to be a different, to be improved, to be another person different than yesterday. Every day we need to achieve achievements. Thank you very much for allowing me to be with you. Have an excellent start. Good luck, Dr. Ushi. Thanks for IDM. Thanks for our great moderator for her introduction. And to be a different, to create any change, you need to change yourself, to improve yourself, to work on yourself, training and training and training. I am very ready to be engaged in training programs, all programs for free, to change our students to be better. We need to give him and her our hands to be better, because it's a responsibility. It's our responsibility towards humanity. We are not responsible for Africa, for Egypt. No, we are responsible for humanity. However, the religion, however, the color, however, everything. Thank you very much for allowing me to be with you. I'm very happy to represent Egypt in this platform. Thanks again for IDM. Thank you again. Thanks, Prof. Ushi.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your thoughts. As you said that, yes, students are our future, and Africa, as you say, it is very rich. And one day, yes, we are going to be a developed nation. And thank you for sharing your thoughts on that. Creating any difference, you need yourself to improve. And as Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. Thank you so much for your great thoughts.
Thank you, my lovely sister. Thank you again.
Welcome. Now I'm going to move on to speaker number 2. Our speaker number 2 today is Nuhu Dauda from Ghana. And his topic is empowering children to make a difference. Nuhu is a business student with a Bachelor of Commerce in Accounting degree, and he is also an entrepreneur. He has been into leadership position throughout his journey in school. You set yourself well there. He loves to lead because he believes that this is the only way to find yourself, is to lose yourself in the service of others. We are speaking of someone great there. That is what we call servant leadership. Great thoughts, my brother Nuhu. Over to you. The platform is yours.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, madam. Thank you so much, IDYM. I'm highly elated and very ecstatic to be given this podium. Please, I believe you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. I'm highly elated and very excited to be given this mandate to actually have a say in this conference. My name is Nuhu Dauda, as you said. I'm from Ghana, a businessman as well. The topic given to me was empowering children to make a difference. Indeed, I really love this topic so much because making a difference, everything is MAD, meaning mad. So if you are saying somebody is mad, what do we actually see that the person is mad? because he actually, appeared. Supposing maybe we are moving in a crowd and somebody is mad, we see the person as different among us, and that is why we always classify the person as mad. But under a normal circumstance, MAD also mean making a difference. So I really love this word. So sometimes if I tell somebody I'm mad, the person will not be thinking, oh, I'm mad like the normal way we know. But being mad means to make a difference. And I really love to get back to our actually empower them to actually change. How do we empower our children in our day and day out society we have been living? Indeed, children are very, very important. Children are very, very important because in our community, in our society,
Yes.
we
Brother Nu, I think it's your mic. Maybe there's some background. Thank you.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you now.
You said?
Yes, and there was background. I think there's feedback from your mic.
So please, now I don't know whether you can hear me now.
Yes, yes.
All right, thank you. All right, what I was actually saying again is the topic of motion because I had an reach my difference. So we are these people that who are mad. We see people as if they are mad because they make it within us whenever maybe we are moving in a crowd. Because we see them living. So now, how do children also make a difference? You know, children are very, very important in a sense that whenever we are able to empower them to come with qualities, their potential, and for them to actually have some little bit of like some years some will be facing maybe because there are certain things our forefathers when they actually there are certain things, but now our children also who are lucky, we have to empower them.
Your network, sorry, your network, maybe if you don't move or you just speak whilst you're sitting still, we don't have any problems. Hello, can you hear me? Brother Nuhu, hello? Hello? Maybe we have lost him. Can you hear me, Dr. Winfred?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I think we can come back to him. I think he has lost, I think it's network issues. Maybe we can move on, then we can come back to him later so that we do not waste our time. So let me introduce to you the next speaker. I'm sorry that I lost Nuhu. The next speaker, our speaker number 3 is Her Royal Highness Dr. Winfred Wanjiku Gitonga from Kenya. And Dr. Winfred is a philanthropist and an ambassador at large in Africa. She is the president of Alliance of the Peoples of the World and also heads the representation of IDYM in Kenya. She's going to share with us today about sustainable cities and communities. The platform is yours, Dr. Winfred.
Okay, thank you very much, the moderator and the host, the founder, president, and the CEO of IDYM Group, and all diplomats and speakers involved in this forum. My topic or intervention is on Sustainable Development Goals number 11, which is titled Sustainable Cities and Communities. The Sustainable Development Goals number 11 matter to make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. I'll go direct to my presentation, which is written. I'll be able to share with the moderator later on for providing. So there's a strong link between the quality of life in cities and how cities draw on and manage the natural resources available to them. Today, the trend towards urbanization has been accompanied by increased pressure on the environment and the accelerated demand for basic services, infrastructure, jobs, RAD, and an affordable housing, particularly for the near 1 billion urban poor who live in informal settlements. Due to the high concentration of people, infrastructure, housing, and economic activities in urban settlements, cities are particularly vulnerable to climate change and natural disasters impact. Building urban resilience is crucial to avoid human, social, and economic losses while improving the sustainability of urbanization processes that are needed to protect the environment and mitigate disaster risk and climate change. Resource efficiency combine greater productivity and innovation with lower cost and reduced environmental impacts, while providing increased opportunities for consumer choices and sustainable lifestyle. Global data and statistics indicate that the world's cities occupy just 3% of the Earth's land, but account for 60 to 80% of energy consumption and 75% of carbon emissions. So I'll go directly to the targets linked to the environment. Target SDG 1 stipulates to ensure access for all to adequate, safe, and affordable housing and basic services and upgrade the slums by 2030. Target number 2 stipulates to provide access to safe, affordable, accessible, and sustainable transport systems for all, improving road safety notably by expanding public transport with special attention to the needs of those in vulnerable situations, like women, children, persons with disabilities, and older persons by 2030. Target number 3 stipulates to enhance inclusive and sustainable urbanization and capacity for participation, integrated and sustainable human settlement, planning, and management in all countries by 2030. Number 4 stipulates to strengthen efforts to protect and safeguard the world's cultural and natural heritage by 2030. Target number 5 stipulates to significantly reduce the number of deaths and the number of people affected and substantially decrease the direct economic losses relative to global gross domestic product caused by disasters, including water-related disasters, with a focus on protecting the poor and the people in vulnerable situations by 2030. Target number 6 stipulates to reduce the adverse per capita environmental impact of cities, including by paying special attention to air quality and municipal and other waste management by 2030. Number 7 stipulates to provide universal access to safe, inclusive, and accessible green and public spaces, particularly for women and children, older persons, and persons with disabilities by 2030. Number 12 stipulates to support positive economic, social, and environmental links between urban and rural areas by strengthening national and regional development planning by 2030. Number 11B stipulates to substantially increase the number of cities and urban settlements, adapting, implementing integrated policies and plans towards inclusion, resource efficiency, mitigation, adaptation to climate change, resilience to disasters, and development in line with the SEDAI framework for disaster risk reduction 2015-2030. High-level progress reports are prepared by United Nations Secretary General annually, evaluating the progress towards all the SDGs. The progress of SDG number 11 has been stalled by COVID-19 pandemic due to the indirect and direct impacts to the pandemic. This goal is likely to be achieved in a timely manner in the wake of the world leaders and UN member states committed to the new urban agenda, with key address to the development of smart cities, the course which the Horn of Africa Smart Cities, where I read the group and its co-partners Alliance of the Peoples of the World is championing development in Africa. The new urban agenda points out that urban areas are in excellent position to take the initiative to manage several and persistent global challenges like pollution and environmental degradation. Thank you. On this, as a parting shot, I want to invite every one of you to join me in my grand venture and ambitious vision of development of the initiative of smart cities in Africa. We have started up pilot projects with ample funding for the smart cities. We have development partners who are partnering with us, powered by UNESCO, and I invite IDYM to be a partner in this development agenda. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Winfred Gitonga, for those valid points, and also on SDG number 17, which is on sustainable cities and communities. And we wish your project of smart cities a success. And we hope that one day all countries in Africa will be smart cities. Now we are going to move on. We have about 3 minutes left. We are going to move on to speaker number 4, who is Ambassador Ray Paul Kiliho from Tanzania, who is going to share on SDG number 13 on climate action. Ambassador Ray Kiliho, a conservationist and development expert with over a decade of experience in meaningful youth programming at various spheres, especially social economic empowerment. And he is an environmentalist and peace ambassador and an architect immersed in green, sustainable, and resource-efficient design related to what the former speaker has also said. The platform is yours, Ambassador Ray Kiliho.
Thank you so much, Professor Uche, for this opportunity. Congratulations to everyone for your great presentations, my previous notable speakers. I would like to thank IDYM for this excellent opportunity for experts and individuals to share our thoughts on building a better community and world for everyone. Unlike my just recent immediate speaker, she has mentioned very key and crucial matters related to green cities and communities. And it's important that I commend the points she has articulated, the actions and the targets that need to be met. I would like to focus my short presentation on just a component expanding on what a previous speaker has shared with us. And if you'll allow me, I'd like to share a bit of my screen to be able to share just a bit of a presentation with you both. Yes. So without just going very further, I would like to just highlight on what a sustainable city really is. And so a sustainable city and the community with respect has a tremendous direct impact to climate action. Like the previous speaker just mentioned, our cities, communities, and built environment produces an enormous impact to climate change. And cities or buildings or whatever we do with our environments, they do not just produce environmental impacts on their own. All the impacts are related to how we interact with our communities, how we interact with our infrastructure, how we use the various equations to support our both economic and progressive lives. And so quickly, I would like to go to a component. Most of this, my previous speaker has already highlighted strongly. And so the action is we are urged to make cities and human settlements inclusive, resilient, and sustainable. And by sustainable, it means being very conscious to be sure our natural resources, our environment, Thank you. Let me just continue the presentation from current slide. Right. So there is a couple of targets, and in the current setting in our cities and communities, there is a couple of challenges, and there is the potential for opportunity of what we can do. So I would like to focus my my contribution on the challenges that we have, things that we already see happening. One is there is an issue of rapid and often unplanned urbanization. So unplanned urbanization can be challenging in a sense that it can present challenges in the way that our communities can plan for a proper utilization of resources. So the solution to that is both the experts and governments and communities have to inclusively participate in promoting sound urban planning. So in planning and in ensuring that we ensure proper urban planning, we look at all sorts of functions that support the human life in our cities and communities. We don't just focus on infrastructure, but we also have to look at how our cities can facilitate inclusion, cannot facilitate issues like violence, how people can be able to live together in harmony. So there's other challenges around energy consumption, and energy consumption is really a growing issue because the more we have our lives into a more digital world, it means we need more power and more electricity. But oftentimes we may not be, using energy properly. So we've seen many times that we can have lights we do not need in the clear afternoon, and then we would not just turn them off. So we also need to invest more in renewable energies to reduce waste, of course, waste management and proper green infrastructure. And this has to be behavioral. It does not just necessarily be systemic in the sense that we have to build facilities. That is very crucial element, but it has to be a behavior. We have to raise awareness to people to understand the impacts and the interconnectedness between what we do and the environment that we might impact. And also, there's an issue where it's important to promote social cohesion in our cities. And so we have to build cities that communities are conscious about environmental issues, are conscious about being sympathetic, understanding what could be a challenge to other people. And also likely, I would like to also focus, like my previous speaker, Her Royal Highness Ambassador Dr. Winfred, has spoken about the various targets we need to observe as part of the sustainable goals. But there are things that we can do at an individual level. There's things that anyone can do to make an impact. Number one, to support on our Sustainable Goal 11, it's also important to support charity events by either donations that lead to promoting what is happening in our cities. It could be supporting initiatives to waste management. It could be around creating awareness. Also, secondly, things we can do at an individual level would be to become more responsible consumers. The statistics has shown us in research that there's also a tremendous amount of greenhouse gases produced by wasted food. We should build a habit to only serve food we can finish, because all the food that goes in the dump creates a tremendous amount of methane and greenhouse gases. So we have to be more responsible. We also have to promote ourselves to use public commuters. It is very, of course, comfortable to have a private car, but then the more we have cars on the road, it means we're producing more carbon dioxide. So whenever you have an opportunity, I think it's important to be very conscious. It's important to ride a bus. It's very important to ride a bike, or if you can walk, of course, it's good for our health as well. And also to take advantage of other infrastructures that available are in our community as well. And lastly, I would like to just emphasize from one of my famous quotes from Dr. Jane Goodall. Dr. Jane Goodall is one of the famous scientists and primatologists. And so the challenges that happens to our cities are a result of everyone. And it is not something that can change all at once, like in a flip of a light bulb. So it has to be gradual. We all have to be responsible. And so Dr. Jane says, every individual matters. Every individual has a role to play. And of course, every individual can make a difference. And so in addressing climate change and sustainable cities, it is both governments, communities, individuals, both elderlies and young people. Together, we have to have more sustainable communities. I thank you. This marks the end of my short presentation. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ambassador Kiliho, for sharing those valid points on climate action. As you say that we must know that you don't need to move mountains to make a difference. Everything that we do as individuals to reduce carbon dioxide emission, to become responsible consumers, to promote public commuting and raising awareness, as you said, will make a difference. Thank you so much for those valid points. So we are going to move on to our speaker, number 5, who is Dr. King James Nkum from Nigeria, who is going to deliberate on the topic future of education. Is it confusion or is it progression? Dr. King is a senior lawyer who also doubles as the university lecturer and is currently Deputy Dean of the Law at the Faculty of Law in Taraba State University, Nigeria, as well as visiting lecturer to National Open University of Nigeria and some US-based universities. As a rights defender, he founded Kingsland Foundation in 2010, under which he carries out his humanitarian services in social justice, peace, human rights, and sustainable development. He is an author of numerous books and academic articles published in reputable journals. He is also an international conference speaker, screenwriter, songwriter, filmmaker, and recording artist. For pastime, he enjoys playing chess, golf, lawn tennis, and reading and traveling. Thank you for taking your time to come and share with us. The platform is yours, Dr. King. You are muted. We can't hear you. No sound. We can't hear you, Dr. King. Check your microphone, maybe. We can't hear you. Dr. King. Is anyone else hearing me, or is a problem with Dr. King?
Please check your Zoom audio, sir. Please check your Zoom audio.
We can't hear.
Did you connect with the audio?
Ma'am, let him correct the audio, and in the meantime, you can take another speaker. Let him come back. Sir, please adjust yourself and come back.
All right, maybe you can try to connect. I'll be calling another speaker, then you can join later. Now we can go back to our former speaker whom we lost because of network, who is Nuhu Daoud. Are you there?
Yes, please, I'm there, madam.
Okay, thank you. You can take us on. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, madam, for actually giving me another chance. And I'm very happy and highly elated to actually for you on this platform. Okay. Pertaining to the topic, the motion I'm taking is empowering children to make it. So let's look at the word empowerment. What does empowerment mean? Empowerment means the person becoming stronger and more confident, especially in controlling one's life or claiming one's. Moreover, so when you go to mad or different, because me, I always prefer to be mad, not different, because if you are mad, I love it because mad, M-A-D, making a difference means to cause something important to actually let the world to be in a better, in a something like that I do understand. So now let's come to what we said. Why should we empower children? The first question is, why should our children? I also realize that we should empower so that we can grow their confidence and self-esteem. The more we empower children with this, we can be able to grow their confidence and self. The second point is endless. Whenever you're able to empower them on making a difference, automatically they will be on their own. And with this emphasis, they can be able to actually be in the society without confidence and to build the resilience. Build resilience in the sense that to empower them so that if they will have the heart.
You are breaking.
Any shake. So
you are breaking up a little bit. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you can speak now. Continue.
All right. So that's building resilience. After when children, you have so many colleagues, so many pleasures. How do we empower them? Others might have interest in football. Others are being it, being it academically. Others being it skill work or being it town work. So we have to, as we being parents, teachers, we have to we that build their potential. So can you hear me?
Hello?
You can hear me, right?
No, it's breaking.
Ma'am, please take
You
another
can sum
speaker.
up. You can sum up. Yes, it's okay.
All right. So what I also understand is after we building, we actually.
It's all right, Nuhu, we can't hear you properly. Maybe we can take another speaker. We can't hear what you are saying, but whatever you were saying, I picked some few points like empowering children helps them to believe that their strengths can flourish, and we have to instill that sense of confidence in our children, because making a difference in someone's life doesn't mean that you have to be rich, but you just have to be care and loving. We can move on to our next speaker, who is no stranger to IDYM. We have met at different conferences, and our speaker number 6 is Professor Ambassador Marin Mia from South Africa. She's going to talk about the potential in every child. Dr. Mia is a doctorate and professorship in humanities, education, and humanitarianism. She is a global goodwill ambassador, and she is a CEO founder of the Mia Company. She's a global speaker. She is an international lecturer. She is a transformational coach, a leader. She is a multiple global award winner, and she is an international thought leader in CBT and NLP master. What a great profile. Dr. Mia, the platform is yours to share your thoughts.
Thank you very much. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. I greet everyone in the universe a greeting of peace and blessings. And thank you, my sister. It's always lovely to see you and share a platform with you as well. So thank you, IDYM. Of course, it's always an honor to share any IDYM platform and to make whatever knowledge we have grow and grow other people through it. So today I'm talking about a very, very big topic, which is the potential of a child. And it's something very close to me because I do a lot of work for women and for children. And one of my biggest passions is to make sure that we are able to somehow empower every woman, child, and family across the world, especially in our African continent, because we are facing massive difficulties. When it comes to the potential of a child, let me just start by asking quickly, and I'll try and keep within the time frame. Let me ask this. So who is responsible? Who is the actual person responsible to recognize this sort of potential in your child? Is it the teacher? Is it you as the parent? Is it the grandparent? Who is it? Who is responsible for this? And then who is responsible for actually growing and developing that potential in that child once it is recognized? There again, is it the teacher? Is it the parent? Is it the grandparent? Or is it some person who is skilled in that specific field? So these are questions we need to actually ask ourselves to iron out to understand what exactly this means, potential of the child and how it can grow and develop. Remember one thing, and I think the child who was speaking earlier, and I say child because he looks so young, he was speaking about empowerment of the child. And I think if he got through clearly, one of the things he touched on very empathically was the empowerment of this child. And that's what the potential of the child needs to be seen as, to empower our children. Because one thing I teach, and I will continue to say this until I stop breathing, is our children of today are not leaders of tomorrow. They are leaders of today. They are preparing for tomorrow. And in that sense, if you identify the potential of every child today and grow that potential within them, you are then identifying the potential leader that they are today and preparing them to benefit us all, because tomorrow they will lead us all. So in saying that, I want us to understand that it is you as a parent, who needs to take the understanding and responsibility to identify the potential your child has. What exactly is it that your child does at home in their spare time? What are their hobbies? And I want to ask each parent who is watching this, even if you're a guardian who's taking care of children, do you take the time out to even know what your child's hobbies are? Do you know what your child likes? What do they not like? And I'm not talking about food and what they like to eat and what they don't like to eat. I'm talking about what do they love to do? What is it that they choose to do? If they're given free time, what is the first thing your child does? And I'm not talking about going to pick up a device. I'm talking about something that they love doing. Do they love singing? Do they love gardening? Do they love dancing? Do they love talking? Do they love writing? These are all different skills that we can actually pick on and we can grow with so that we can identify these in our children and we can help them develop them to become better, because that can be the talent that can actually become what will be their earning potential tomorrow. So one of the key things we need to do then as parents is educate yourself firstly as a parent, to educate yourself better about what that potential is in the child that you are watching and seeing. Very often in schools, the parents are called in for school meetings, and then the teacher is the one to tell the child, you know what, your child is so good at singing, can I put this child into the choir? You know, your child is so good at English or a specific language, can you not enroll them in specific things? And you know what the problem we have, and especially we have in Africa, is the lesser opportunities. These children don't have the opportunities to build their talent. I know because I walked into a township not so long ago, and in that location area is where I was doing a feeding scheme. And in the line of the people waiting to collect their feed, the food from me, I heard a voice of this child singing. And when I tell you singing, if I had to put that child onto the pop idol, that child would have won. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my word, does the parent of this child even recognize the wealth of this child's voice? In her singing, it breeds peace. And that is the kind of talent I'm talking about. That's the potential I'm talking about. It is innate within each one of our children. So I don't want to take up too much more time, but I do want to say that us as parents, educate yourself and create little books of what your children do. If they draw a lot, take little bits of what they do and put it in a notebook to show that you are acknowledging your child, because they yearn for that. They yearn for you to give them your time, their recognition, your acknowledgement. And that is what is key. Are you as a parent making time for your child? Because right now in the rat race of today, parents do not make enough time for their children. The children, as a result, look to find comfort in a teacher, in outside sources, and in a device, which is not fair. It's not fair on them. It's also not fair on their potential to be stifled in that way. So I'm going to close off by saying something. It is a quote, but I love it because of the impact that it has. We all know children, right? Children are so good at not listening to us. They really do not listen to an elder. They're so good at not listening to an elder. But the one thing that a child is very good at doing is imitating an elder. So a child is not good at listening, but the child is very good at imitating. And when you understand the importance of that specific aspect, that child is a sponge. That child is a sponge of whatever you are saying, whatever you are doing, and whatever you feel. So when that child feels that there is something within them that resonates, that is so good, that is their potential, help it to grow. But understand one thing that is important. Your child is not here to live your dream. Your child is not here for you to make them live off what you lost out on. Your child deserves the chance to build on their own potential, not yours. So grow your child's potential by understanding and beckoning them to realize that they are a gift for themselves. They're a gift unto you, yes, because they're your child, but they're a gift unto themselves first, so grow that potential that they have, because every child has potential. They have some form of potential that they can use to build themselves for a better, like I say, leader of today and the better one for tomorrow. So thank you so much, IDYM, again, and thank you so much for the platform. I hope that was within my 5-minute time state. So I really appreciate the platform, and I appreciate every one of you here as fellow leaders as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mia. We are sincerely grateful for your time you took today to share your thoughts. Yes, spending time with your children is one thing you will never regret. And I liked what you say that with children, they are not leaders of tomorrow, but of today, but they are preparing for tomorrow. Thank you so much for the time you had with us today. Now I'm going to call upon Dr. Charles. He is not a stranger to IDYM. He's not a stranger. He's on many platforms. He's a great speaker, a great humanitarian, an academician. Professor Charles is going to talk to us about gender equality. He is the founder of Dynamic Peace Rescue Mission International, and he is the Global Commandant General, an academician, Africa Head, and Nigeria Country Director of International Internship University. He has more than 35 years experience in administration, consultation, research, data processing, educationist, accounting, peacekeeping, insurance, and marketing. What do I need to add more on the list? Thank you, Dr. Charles, for coming to join us. Over to you. The platform is yours.
Thank you very much, able moderator. I admire you and I thank God for your life. This is a special occasion. Today is special in the sense that we want to speak to ourselves. And I thank God for my brother, the founder of IDYM. He's a very good friend of mine, and I appreciate him in everything he does. May God continue to strengthen him. All the organizers, all the workers, I bless God for you all. May God sustain every one of us. Just like today, we are talking about gender equality. Look at that. We need, thank God for SDG. SDG, they want us to have a sustainable life, a sustainable living. They want us to have a peaceful life. They want us to be prosper. That is the essence why they have to bring all these things, so that everywhere will be peaceful before 2030. How many years from now? Very soon it will get there. That is why they want everything to be easy. But some of us, we don't want equality. What are we usually fighting for? What are we fighting? This life is a simple world. It's not a world that will be breaking our head, fighting ourselves. Why? Everybody should be equal. Look at that. Goal 5 of the SDG says, they emphasize on strongly that to achieve gender equality is when men, women, girls, boys are equal. Right? Look at that. Equal condition, equal opportunity, and the power and contribute to the development of the society. Look at that. What is bad about that? We keep on breaking our head. Even our God told us in Genesis chapter 1, verse 27, God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him, male and female. He created them. They were given equal tasks. Look at that. Of ruling and subduing all creatures. That is what verse 26 said. Religious stress women, right, in general, and reproductive and abortion rights in particular. Look at that. Why stressing? The belief that men and women should have different roles is still common in some communities. They have come and said, no, let everybody be equal. God wants us to be equal. This is because they believe that God made men and women differently. Yes, they are differently made. They are to function. Why we some of us who went to marry something, we have this thing. It's equal. We should be equal, irrespective of the creature. God knows. That is why the SDG, they are bringing it now, so that we can have a peaceful and prosperous life. Everywhere will be peaceful. Everybody will be rich. They don't want people to be poor. They want people to be enlightened. That's why we are here at this platform, to make sure we showcase ourselves. Let people know all these things, irrespective of whoever you be. It's opportunity. I'm opportunity to have what I have. Some other people, they don't have the opportunity, but we want to make them to have the opportunity. That's what the SDG is saying. Nobody should be above anybody. Everybody is equal, irrespective of who you are, irrespective of we are all equal. Only the privilege I have to be all what I have, all these things, it doesn't take me anything. It doesn't bother me. All this qualification people are calling, it's just nothing. I only just want to have it, just to express myself, just for people to know me. But every one of us were equal. We should treat ourselves equal. This is what the SDG say. And we are also emphasizing on it. We don't need to be subjecting ourselves to whatever. It is wrong. It doesn't speak well. It doesn't help us. It makes us to be friendly, to be happy. We need to be happy. Happiness is so good. Gender equality prevents violence against women and girls. Look, who will come and be inducing you or causing commotion if everybody have equal rights? It's because we don't have equal rights. That's why we have this violence, all this area. We should have it. Before 2030, we should be able to have it. Yes, we should. That is why we are here on this platform, to make sure we let people know all these things. The belief that men and women should have different roles is still very common. Look at that. Why? Our brother Paul also explained that husband and wife should submit to one another. Look at that. Submit to one another. We are equal. The sexes are met by divine design to be different and complementary, each having equal dignity and made in the image of God. Girls and women are generally expected to dress in a typically feminine way and be polite, accommodating, and nurturing. Men are generally expected to be strong, aggressive, and bold. Every society, ethnic group, and culture has gender role expectation, but they can be very different from group to group. Yes. Gender equality makes men and women have equal power and equal opportunity for financial independence and for education and for personal development. Gender equality prevents violence against women and girls. Gender inequality is a root cause of violence against women. We must preach it, go against it, so that every one of us, we are equal. Forget about the opportunity you have. We want to make it by 2030, everybody will have the same thing. When we have the same thing, we will prosper. All the poverty, we don't want poverty. We want everybody to be rich. That is why we are electing that's why we are giving all these things, creating this room. Gender equality is good for the economy, so that we have peaceful economy and economic prosperity. Who doesn't want peaceful economy? That's why some people will be taking our money, doing all those ones to cause commotion, to enslave people because they have opportunity. Every one of us, we are going to give account of our stewardship, irrespective of whoever you are. We are going to. And all those people that are causing commotion doesn't want us to have the same thing, so that they can be oppressing or whatever. Everyone. Gender equality is human rights. Yes, it is human rights. It is our right. Everybody is equal. Nobody is more than anybody, which we must preach every day. Gender equality makes our community safer and healthier. Look at that. So who doesn't want to be happy? God created us to be happy, not to be sad, not to oppress ourselves, not to victimize ourselves, not to make all those corruption, all those things. God doesn't want it. That's what the NCT are trying to make sure all those corruption, all these things are eradicated. That's why we must come out to preach it. Gender equality makes our community safer and healthier. Closing the gap in well-being between male and female is as much as a part of development as is reducing income poverty. Look at that. Income poverty. Gender equality enhance economic efficiency and improve our development outcomes. Yes, it will improve it by the time we have it. By the time we don't have it now, we are subjected. Some people who have it now will be oppressing, causing commotion. Why will you be oppressed? We are going to give account, every one of us. That's why we must prepare ourselves. Everything is preparing us also, so that everybody will be happy and prosper. This is a matter of equality. And men and female are created equally without any hierarchy of roles. Look at that. God created both women and men in his own image and likeness. Look at that. If God should be selfish, he would have created us. He wants us, everybody. Look at God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. They are one. They are one. They speak in one, they dream in one. They are the one that came now to give us, to empower us to speak what we are doing. They empower us to do what we are doing. If they are not one, they cannot give us that power. They will have hold it within them, and we will not be here. So that's why we are here. We should also extend it. As they empower us, let us empower people. Why will we be fighting that we want discrimination? We abandon it in Jesus' name. We don't want any discrimination at all. Everybody should be one, and we speak in one mind, and we'll be able to sustain our country economy.
Thank you, Dr. Charles. Okay.
To stop me. I will stop, but I thank God for everything. God to sustain every one of us, so that we keep on working. We'll keep on working very well, and Glorify God. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Dr. Charles. I appreciate the time you took to be with us, and thank you for the well-prepared presentation. And yes, sure, gender equality. We should have equal rights, equal opportunities, equal responsibilities for financial independence, education, and personal development. Thank you so much for those valid thoughts that you shared with us. We have a few minutes left. Is Dr. King ready? Maybe just 2 minutes for you because our time is running.
I'm ready, but can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
You can hear me. Oh, sorry about the interruption. I guess it was a network problem, and my time has been spent. But I won't start saying anything without appreciating my senior mentor, Professor Charles, whom we have met on platforms. I was with him in another platform yesterday, and I presented on this similar topic. So I'm privileged to talk about the future of education problem or confusion or progress. Because of time, I just want to go straight to say that the educational system is the bedrock of every civilization and development. And because of that, there's a need to see that the education system is given priority in terms of funding, in terms of all the necessary infrastructure needed to galvanize, and make it functional. Because education that is not functional cannot lead to development. Education is meant to be functional, not dysfunctional as it is today. So if you look at the problems we have about education in Africa, it is the lack of functionality. Education is becoming more of a certificate acquisition rather than skill acquisition, rather than impartation of knowledge that is meant to help the individual become independent, become self-sustaining. So the system of education given to us from colonialism was meant to enslave us and make us more of tools. But right now there's a need for this consciousness to develop, to overhaul the entire system and make sure that we are able to come up with something that is empowering, that frees us from the mental slavery of job seeking rather than job creation. There are a lot of problems in Africa. People go to school, people acquire all the degrees, and yet they cannot solve simple problems. That is a major issue that has to be taken care of. So one of the ways that the future of education in Africa can actually make headway if only we adapt some modern techniques that is talking about, first and foremost, there has to be enough funding in the system. UNESCO prescribes 26% funding, but most countries, African countries have hardly lived up to even 10%, of the national budget. I was looking at Angola. I think Sierra Leone happened to be had 8.8% as of 2022. That is like the highest. Most of the time, Nigeria lacks between 8 and 9%. It's abysmally low. Right now, as I speak with you, the Nigerian university lecturers have been on strike for the past 5 months due to management issues, problems relating to funding. And so we need to take care of funding. We need to adopt technology-driven system in the educational sector. We need to adopt artificial intelligence. We need to use tools. There's a need to bridge the digital divide gap between the have and have not. The advent of the pandemic exposed our lack of preparedness. This is a virtual meeting we're having. Now, due to pandemic, someone came up with Zoom, and today we are having meetings. Now, education, the future of education is going technological. It's going artificial intelligence wise. And so we have to adopt the systems and practices that makes for functional education and that takes care of some of the lapses. Like I said, infrastructural deficits, internet connectivity, gadget tools, and all these are needed to be able to take care of, to make sure that the future of education is secured. Because without these tools and gadgets, we won't be able to meet up with this advanced world, which is far over 300 years ahead of Africa. And so for Africa to move, our problems, educational problems, must be solution-driven rather than just mere accumulation of information. I think with this few points because of the time given to me. I would like to stop here, but I appreciate the time. I appreciate the opportunity to speak on this platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. King. Yes, a short presentation, but loaded with ideas, and you talked about education being very important, and our education should be solution-driven. And you also pointed out that most of our African children or Africans for certificate acquisition versus skill acquisition. And you also mentioned about job seeking, and that we should aim for job creation, not job seeking. Thank you so much for those valid points. I hope all those challenges in the future will be zero. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to thank everyone, every speaker, everyone who came on this podium today to share their different views, to share their different values and ideas that they had. Now I'm going to hand you over to the brain behind this IDYM so that they can share with us what they taking a chance.
Ma'am, Patrika, ma'am, can you please play the video?
Yes, I'm sending it to my, it's okay, not a problem. Let me play the video, sorry. I'm trying to play it, it's okay. Let me. Is it playing? Sorry.
Yes, ma'am, but no sound is coming. Please play with the sound. You have to go to the YouTube link of that and then you have to play. Then it will be played.
Oh, okay. It's not playing, sorry.
Ma'am, please send to Ray. Mr. Ray, he will play nicely.
Okay, Misty.
Ask him to play. Yeah, Ray is there. You ask him to play.
Okay. Ray, do you see it on our platform?
Yes, I can't seem to have the sound. I'm trying to work on it.
Okay, it's all right. He's working on his.
Mr. Ray, not this one. There is another video I have shared in the WhatsApp group. Please check that one. Leave it, sir. Leave it. We will. I have said in the group, so from there you can take it. Leave
Hello?
it because they are not able to play. Leave it. Leave it. Let's stop the meeting now.
Oh, it's okay. I thought it was
Ma'am,
playing.
because this is not the video of what we are talking about. The video is different.
Oh,
He's
it's
playing
different.
one. Yes, I already have said in the WhatsApp group. Because it's getting recorded now, so we want to stop it. Otherwise, everything will be recorded in the meeting.
Okay. It's all right. I've stopped sharing.
That video I have shared you in the WhatsApp group. You check that.
Yes, it's the one that I was playing.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
The one that you said, please play. You said, Ambassador, please play.
Ma'am, leave it. If it is not possible, leave it. No problem.
Let me show you this one. I don't know whether it's still the same.
Ma'am, because everything is getting recorded now. We are wasting our time. So I don't want this meeting is getting recorded.
Oh, okay. All right. It's okay. Thank you. I've left. I don't think that I'm going to share.
Wait, ma'am, wait. I will try with my side. Okay, wait for 1 minute.
Okay.
This is very easy work. Nothing is there in this. Wait for 1 minute. Just a minute.
Okay.
Ma'am, you can wind up now.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am, you can wind up.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, everyone who came to speak today. Thank you, Dr. Alam. Thank you, Nuhud. Thank you, Dr. Winfred, Ambassador Ray Paul. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ray Kiliho. Thank you, Dr. Mary, Mia, Dr. Charles. We appreciate the time that you took today to share with us your thoughts about our different topics that we had today. Would like to thank the brains behind this, Dr. Ravi and Idym platform, which is a platform that is giving us the opportunity to come and share our voices and be heard, so that we can also raise awareness on various issues and topics, so that, like what my brother Dr. King said, so that we aim for solution-driven systems, especially in this country of Africa. We meet again next time for another seat talk, but for today, we are done, and happy Sunday to you all across the globe. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye. I think we are done, Seth.